Okay, we have this word problem right here. It says Peter invested a total of $2,200 in two mutual funds. One fund earned 8% profit while the other earned 5% profit. And if we know that his total profit was $125, we would like to know how much was invested in each fund, okay? So as you can see, we have two unknowns. So we better have a system of equations so that we can solve this, okay? And this is how you can do it. You can just imagine, okay, I have one fund like this, and this earns an 8% profit. On the other hand, we have another one that earns the 5% profit right here, okay? So here is the deal. Do we know how much money was put into this fund? We don't, right? So I'll just put down X for that. Likewise, do we know how much we put into this fund? We also don't know about this, so I'll just say, let's call this to be Y. But there's one thing I do know. Together, when I add them up, it has to be a total of $2,200, right? So X plus Y is equal to $2,200. And we also have to come with a second equation, and this is how you can do it. Look at the percent right here. This is the interest rate, the profit rate, okay? This right here is the same as 0.08 once you change that to decimal, and likewise, you change the 5% to 0.05 in the decimal form. And you are going to multiply the percentage with the X right here. So this is 0.08X. And this will tell you 8% of the investment. This is telling you the profit. Likewise, I will just multiply 0.05 times Y, okay? And together, when we add them up, this is the profit equation, and we will end up with $125. And this is the system of equations that we need to solve the question, okay? And I will just do the work for you guys right here. So let me put this down again. We have X plus Y equal to 2,200, and over there we have 0.08X plus 0.05Y equal to 125. And now let's talk about how to solve this right here. Well, most of the time, eliminations, well, I would prefer that. It's easier in my opinion. And you can just pick whichever letter that you would like. Let me just go ahead and want to eliminate Y. So let me just say, hey, the lowest common multiple of 1 and 0.05. In this sense, we want to get 0.05. Because now I can just tell you, let's multiply the top equation by negative 0.05. Because this right here is positive 0.05Y already. I want to produce negative 0.05Y from the first equation, so that when I add them up, the Y's will be cancelled out. And now, this right here is going to give us 0.05, that's negative times X right here. So, negative 0.05X. And then, negative 0.05 times Y, that's minus 0.05Y. And this is going to be negative 0.05. Don't forget to do this as well. Take this times 2,200, and we'll end up with negative 110, okay? And the second equation, since we didn't do anything with it, so it stays the same, I'll just write this down. 0.08X plus 0.05Y, and that's equal to 125. And now, we can just add these two equations up. And when we do that, the Y's will cancel each other out. And this is negative 0.05X plus 0.08X. We get 0.03X. And this is going to be negative 110 plus 125. This is positive 15. And then I can just go ahead and divide both sides by 0.03. Divide this by 0.03 as well. And we will see that this and that will cancel. And X will be, take 15 divided by 0.03, we will end up with 500. Okay, we end up with 500. And we are not done yet. We also have to figure out the Y. So take this x value, come back to either of this equation, and of course the top one is easier because it's just x plus y, right? So we know x is 500 already, plus the y we don't know yet. That should equal to 2200. And from here, we can just subtract 500 on both sides. Okay, we subtract 500 on both sides, so they cancel out, and I get y by itself. This is a positive y, so that's good. And when you do 2200 minus 500, you get 1700. So in the end, we see that x is 500 and y is 1700, but you have to make sure you answer the question correctly. So be sure you give meanings to these numbers. The 500 means $500 in the account, in the fund that earned the 8% profit. So I will just write this down. $500 in the fund with the 8% profit. Okay? And on the other hand, we have $1,700 in the fund that made the 5% profit. And this is how you are supposed to answer a situation question. Be sure you give meaning to the numbers that you get. All right? So that's it right here.